Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy Ryan, and we are here with our Dynamite review. And yes, Jeff is actually in Atlantic City tonight to see Dynamite live, so he got to see a fantastic Dynamite review. That is not with Jeff, it's with Ryan, but that is okay. We're gonna leave it like that. I like the background better off of this. So yeah, that's Rampage. I'll leave this way. So if it's Jeff, whatever. So we are here. We're back at it again. So Dynamite opened up tonight with MJF coming out to the ring. Oh, sorry, with the Pinnacle coming out to the ring. I'll get it right eventually. Basically praising the fact that MJF is the best in the world. And then all this kind of stuff. Basically, some back and forth. MJF comes out on the throne, makes out with this girl or this woman. Before walking into the stage, says a spiel about beating him twice and all that stuff. Blah blah. He beat him twice in Chicago, so he's better than MJ. He's better than you, and the best in the world. And then Sean Spears, who I love, Sean Spears, comes up and says, he has a gift for Max." And what did he? I'm better than the best in the world is what I'm pretty sure what the shirt says, and you know it. I'm better than the best in the world, and you know it. CM Punk comes out. Obviously, he's going to eventually come out because MJF's talking about him, talking all this flack, how he beat him, and MJF basically says, "Hey, you didn't beat me. Wardlow's the one who beat me." Basically pointing at Wardlow, saying it was all the only reason he lost is because of Wardlow, and that Wardlow is the only reason MJF is why he beat him and why MJF is as good as he is, because he uses Wardlow for everything. Then he says, "I know I need backup and stuff," and da da da. And he goes, "I got some." And out comes Sting and Darby Allin with baseball bats. So now all three of them have baseball bats. Great trios match they had about a month ago, I want to say now, with Sting, Darby, CM Punk versus FTR and MJF. So seeing those three back together at the ramp was awesome to see. The whole time on commentary, Tony Schiavone is just hoping that MJF gets knocked off of the ring and all that kind of knocked off the ring. Someone takes him out, trips him. When he was being carried, he wanted to be pushed off and all that kind of stuff, so that he'd pay someone $1,000 for that. How much Tony Schiavone hates MJF. So all this comes about, and then they talk, and basically MJF says, "You want to be, you want to face me, and you want to name your time and place. You need to beat FTR in a tag team match tonight on Rampage." I know Tony back there will love that. Talk about Tony Khan. And so he says, "But it can't be Sting and Darby Allin." And he goes, "Oh, who's he going to get?" And so basically that ends, and they all go their separate ways, and you're wondering who is CM Punk going to get to be his tag team partner tonight on Dynamite. Again, and I also said to Wardlow, "Hey, get ready and suit up. You have a match next." So off we go. We come back. The Blade comes out to his music. Then Wardlow comes out. We get to see Wardlow versus the Blade. Really good match. Definitely, Blade attacked him early in the match, so Wardlow had to fight back from that. Wardlow comes back and then just does the symphony of power bombs on the Blade, and then the post-match attack from Spears with the chair, and the fans are loving Wardlow. Then Wardlow gets annoyed with Spears with the chair. He just walks off, and then we get a Pento El Zero Miedo, or Pento Zero M it is now. I get a video package talking about basically digging his own grave and about Malachi Black, and I'm assuming we're going to get maybe a graveyard match between Malachi and Penta, which would be amazing to see in AEW, because they always do these specialty matches once, and it's very far apart when we do get something like this, and to see that would be a great package. And it's just he shovels up but I don't think it's gonna be that, because he picks up a red mask is what Penta digs up and rises from the ashes, basically what he was saying. Jericho comes out with next is the Inner Circle team meeting. So the Inner Circle team meeting, Jericho, Sammy, and Jake all come out to Jericho's theme song, And he comes out saying, "Hey, I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't know where. I told you the whole inner circle is going to be here. I don't know where Santana and Ortiz are." And as you expected, they were going to come out to their own music, and that's what they did. They came out to their own music tonight, basically, showing that they want the spotlight and all that kind of stuff. And it's not just about Chris Jericho and all that stuff. They come out. Jericho says a few things, and Santana goes, "Hey, shut up," basically. We've got your back. We've backed you up. We've done everything for you. You've done nothing for us. Whenever you needed somebody, we came running and all that kind of stuff. And you put us on the back burner, and you forgot about us, and you lowered us to get to the championship. And this is, I like the feud. I like what we're going here. But I just, in the middle of this whole thing, it's kind of like, and Jericho brought up at one point, "Hey," when he goes, "Wait, don't speak." He kept telling Jericho not to speak. When Jericho finally spoke, he said, "Hey, listen, you had tag team opportunities on February 17th, almost a year ago today." I'm pretty sure it says the 17th. Almost a year ago today. He goes, "And you guys lost it. That's not on me. That's on you. You always want to blame your problems on everybody else, but not me." And this is the back and forth that we had. And I get they focus more on Jericho. But throughout the whole thing, I mean, Sammy's become the TNT champ, and by doing everything himself and without the inner circle. So the whole argument back and forth thing, I just, at the same time, it's not clicking with me. Still love it. Still love what's going on. Still love what AEW is doing with this feud. I'm excited to see this match, because at the end of the whole thing basically comes down to is Jericho and Hager are taking on Santana and Ortiz. And this happened because they started to fight, because he said, "What the hell is Eddie Kingston done for you?" and all this kind of stuff. And he made a comment, and I thought I had it written down my stuff. But I can't remember what I said, but he made a comment which pissed. Oh, that was it. He said, he goes, "You know what? Now I'm thinking about, maybe I picked out the wrong LAX members." He goes, "Hey, Hager, you got Homicide and Hernandez's numbers?" And Santana just runs across and grabs him by the throat and pulling him back, and Jericho's backing him up in his face. And Sammy goes, whoa, guys, we're family, stop, don't fight. And Jericho goes, "Shut up, Sammy." And Sammy looks at him, and he goes, "Excuse me?" And Jericho's just like speechless, because he just said it. And last week, when he was defending his title last week against Isaiah on Rampage, he had said that that's my brother, that's family, we're really close. And they said that to him. So Sammy takes the jacket off. He goes, "You know what? I walked away from this group once. I can do it again. So you guys figure this shit out. I'm done. Let me know when this is all taken care of," and drops the jacket and walks away. This proceeds, and Ortiz talks about, you pushing Sammy away and all this stuff. And then and then Ortiz says, and Santana says, "We want a match. You and Hager versus us next week on Dynamite," which is pretty sure that's what I said it was. So we're getting that next week, which is going to be phenomenal. I think it's going to be a great fight. And at the end of the day, I mean, they've been to war together and stuff. If, families fight, so, and especially in wrestling, they have a fight all the time. It's, you can fight, get your anger and energy out, and then boom, everything's fixed. Usually, I don't think it's going to go that way. This case, we'll see. Like I said, the inner circle hasn't really been a thing. They were at the start of AEW, and then they've kind of, like I said, like Sammy won the titles without them. He's been doing all this stuff without them. And they just get together to do different feuds, like the top America's Top Team last year sometime. I want to say October was. Can't remember. Maybe it was a little even earlier than that. But that was like the last time we've seen them all together like that. But Sammy's been doing his own thing. Chris Jericho obviously hasn't wrestled much, and then Santana and Ortiz we haven't seen as much. But are a great tag team, and I do want to see tag team titles on them this year, sometime soon. So, we'll see where that leads to. I don't think it'll be Revolution. I think it'll be All Out. Possibly we see Santana and Ortiz with the titles, if not sooner. Which would be great. So yeah, basically that's what we get to. When we get to the final, that's what's going to happen. That's going to be the fight. Then Tony Schiavone was interviewing Roppongi Vice after this. So this all happened, and Santana basically just laughs in the camera and says, "You believe this guy?" Because Jericho says, "Without me, I have to readjust. Maybe I'll slap you around to readjust your attitudes." And then Santana laughs in his face. So then Tony Schiavone is interviewing Roppongi Vice, because they're going to take on the Young Bucks on Rampage, which Jeff is actually watching right now. Lucky Jeff. he's live at the show while I'm sitting at home, which is fine. He's down in AC, up in AC, and I'm home with my kids. That's perfectly fine with me. But it was a great show to be at tonight. So he's getting to see Rampage live right now, as well as he saw Dynamite and Elevation. And they're interviewing Roppongi Vice, and Rocky Romero saying he's feeling good because he tested for COVID, positive for COVID. I guess this was 3 weeks ago. This match was supposed to happen on Rampage. So he's feeling good. He's ready to fight. And then the Young Bucks roll up, ready for a fight. And then from behind, Adam Cole comes behind and attacks him from behind. And then they hold Trent down, and Adam Cole hits him in the nuts. Then they BT trigger Rocky Romero, and then all of a sudden Switchblade comes out. I was going crazy when I saw Switchblade. I know Jeff probably was going crazy in the stands, in the fans, with the fans in the AC, and he throws Trent into the production truck, and then they walk away, and the Young Bucks are like, "What the hell is going on?" And Adam Cole called Switchblade Jay White in, so it was kind of like, huh. So they were thrown up with that, and they address that later, and I'll just get to it now. They address it later in the show, like, "Hey, why wouldn't you have told us about this?" They do a promo saying, "Hey, we're ready to beat Roppongi Vice's beat Roppongi Vice on Rampage. I heard you feeling 100%, ha ha ha, because they beat him out." And they go, "Hey, what's with this Switchblade thing? Don't you know that him and Kenny had this big feud and the whole thing?" He goes, "Yes." He goes, "I know we're the Elite, but remember, when you're Bullet Club for life." So obviously we're going to build to that. We're probably going to see, it'll be intriguing to see how they play this out when Kenny comes back, and Kenny and the Bucks, and take it on Switchblade and whoever his guys are, and whatever they end up doing. I think it's going to be great. I can't wait to see this progress. So then we get Isaiah Cassidy coming to the ring right after this, and we cut to the commercial break. And who is his mystery opponent? None other than Limitless Keith Lee. This was great. He comes out and he's just soaking in the fans, going crazy. I'm at home going crazy watching it on TV. He is loving it, and he relished in it every moment. It was great to see. It was great to see Keithley back in there, back in the ring again, and it was just great to watch him come down and just close out and just breathe and just feel the energy of the fans. I just love the energy of the fans. Speaking of that, just texted me. Oh, look, Dynamite is back in Philly in April. So maybe you will see me and Jeff in April there. That should be good. So it depends what's going on. I may have lacrosse tournaments then. We'll see. So we get through all that. Sorry. I got excited. It's in Philly, but just hit me. Probably be able to go. Anyway, we get to where was I? Oh, so we got to Keith Lee's debut. He's just loving the fans, breathing, basking in the glory of just being there. And then in the crowd saying, "Oh, bask in the glory, bask in his glory," singing along. And Cassie's getting all fired up on the in the ring, and like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you," and pounces, just goes to attack him, and Lee just pushes him off. It was hilarious. It was great to see. Hi from the UK. Will Rally Sports. Glad to see you joining us tonight here on our Rampage, our Dynamite review. So Lee's basking in the glory of all of the fans and just loving it. And he's also just taking down Isaiah at every turn. Matt Hardy is just fed up at this point, and he was just he gets up and awkwardly, hilariously in a suit, climbs over the barricade and walks away from them, because he basically said he's got to rethink this. And Keith Lee just laughing it off and just pushes. He kicked off Mark Quinn at one point because Mark Quinn tried to hold his leg down. He jumped over Isaiah Cassidy. He did a springboard into the ring onto Isaiah Cassidy. It was quite hilarious. And stuff you wouldn't have seen him do in WWE as much with the jumping over people, jumping over everybody. And then, as Riley points out to us here, Keith Lee's ring gear is the same ring gear when he debuted on the main roster in WWE. I remember him debuting in WWE. I did honestly remember the ring gear he was wearing, so thank you for that. I remember him next. I remember him debuting. I didn't remember it being that one. So he ends up beating Isaiah Cassidy with the Ground Zero, and just that was it. It was hilarious, just because Isaiah tried his best to beat him and couldn't, and then they attacked him, double attack him, and they end up double leg dropping him out of the ring, and he falls to the ground, and so they attack him after the bell. Sorry, he couldn't even basket in the win. They kick him out of the ring. He falls down. Isaiah goes first and dives through the ropes or over the ropes, and he catches him, drops him to the ground. Mark Quinn runs and flips over, and basically to do a Hurricane Rana when he catches him, and Keithley just catches him on his shoulders like this, and then powerbombs him on top of Isaiah Cassidy, and then leans on the ring and just smiling again and just basking in the fans, just going crazy for Keithley. It was a great debut. Like I said, Jeff got to be there in person, but it was quite a premiere for Keithley, and I was really hoping to see Mia Yim on tonight's episode. I was hoping the 5-minute challenge. They saw the rookie challenge, and then they send somebody random out, and then it's Mia Yim, and then Mia Yim and Serena Deeb get a good feud going. But it wasn't. We didn't see Mia Yim tonight in the ring. Then you got a video package for Britt Baker, DMD, basically saying, "Hey, listen, I'm the one who brought Mercedes Martinez in," and all this stuff. And Thunder Rosa going, "I'm not surprised. Why should I be surprised? It's it's Britt Baker." Then we jump to, and it's going to be a no disqualification match. I think they said Dynamite next week. Correct me if I'm wrong on anybody out there. So, again, great match there. We get to, what was next? Oh, that's right, CM Punk's match. Trying to find my stuff. So FTR comes out, Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood come out to the ring to their music. CM Punk comes out, and they're like, "Who's he going to get? Who's he going to get?" Well, he gets Jon Moxley. So we get to see Moxley and CM Punk team together against FTR. And it was one of those tag team matches that was just fantastic to see. And they did a great job. CM Punk and Moxley won the match. FTR did the big rig onto CM Punk, and the commentators were like, "It's over, it's all over. You're not going to see him kick out of it." No one kicks out of the big rig. They made a point to say no one kicks out of the big rig. They made a point when Moxley saves CM Punk because he knew he was going to kick out of the big rig, to make it a big deal that no one kicks out of the big rig, and Punk needed Moxley to come in to stop that. The whole match, Moxley was getting destroyed. He ends up tagging in CM Punk, who basically gets the hot tag and just runs wild for a little bit. A lot of back and forth. Some shenanigans as always by FTR. They used, they hit CM Punk in the ring bell. They hit CM Punk in the face with the ring bell. He kicked out of that one fine. So they made it a point when Moxley did save CM Punk, it was a reason, because no one's ever kicked out of the big rig. They went for a paradigm shift and a GTS at the same time, and they stopped that. Punk was going for a GTS onto Tully Blanchard, and that was stopped. And then you got to see they finally, CM Punk and Moxley were able to hit the paradigm shift slash GTS at the same time, and 1, 2, 3, they win. CM Punk is to name his match against MJF. It's probably going to be at Revolution, which is about a little less than a month away right now, because I think March 6th or 7th. So we're going to get to see that. That'll be the match that we'll see. They're going to hold it off that long, so that'll be great. I'm just intriguing to see. So Moxley came out to fight with CM Punk. So does that mean Moxley accepts Bryan Danielson's offer last week to be tag team partners to take these young guys under their wing to train them. That's what I'm intrigued to see. I don't know if this was just a play to see that, if it was just, let's get Mox out there to do this. We're also on Rampage. You're going to hear from Bryan Danielson. So we'll see what he has to say on Rampage when we do the review for that. So again, fantastic matches, fantastic card throughout the night. MJF in the background was losing his mind, just going crazy, like why? So next is the first title defense, and it was Jade Cargill in the TBS Open Challenge, and she said she wanted to take on the best of the best last week on Rampage. Well, we got somebody, and it ended up being AQA, who is a phenomenal wrestler. She was trained by Booker T. Made a point to say that in her video package leading up to the match. And she put on a great offense in this match. They made a point to say, hey, she's trained by Booker T. And she had the offense for a while. Jade had the offense. But then AQA just was taking it to Jade Cargill in this match. And they said that she has one of the best moonsaults. I think it was a shooting star press. Sorry, the best shooting star press. If she hits it, it's all over. It was a beautiful shooting star press, and AQA hit it flawlessly onto Jade Cargill, and got the 1, got the 2, but no, it did not hit the 3. She goes back up to do it again. Jade gets up from it, so slowly, but they get up from it, and then fights back, and then she ends up hitting her. She pins her, hits her with the slam. Oh, the chicken wing. Cara catches her in a spin out slam, and the chicken wing, she wins. So she wins the title, or Jade Cargill pins AQA. I don't know if AQA is signed. I haven't seen anything yet. But AQA put on a phenomenal match. She is someone to look out for. She's an up and comer, but she is a really, really talented wrestler. And they made sure to put over the training she got from Booker T and why she is so as good as she is and all that kind of stuff, because she has trained under Booker T. So then next was that Adam Cole Young Bucks promo I was talking about, but I already told you about that. Then we had Serena Deeb make her entrance, talking about the Professor 5-minute challenge, because she's the professor. That's the Professor 5-minute rookie challenge, and she takes on Katie Arquette, who this is her debut on Dynamite and her debut in 2002, but she's been on, I think it was Dark last year sometime, and she beats her in a minute with the Serenity Lock. She watched the clock. This is definitely one of those squash matches they put in there. She watched the clock and just sat there and just laughed it off after she turned her back on her to hit her, and then waited for the 1 minute basically to come up, and then boom, tapped right away. So I guess it's going to be an ongoing thing we're going to see with Serena Deebs and the Professor 5-minute challenge, rookie challenge. Sorry. Then you get the world title match against with Lance Hangman Page taking on Lance Archer. Lance Archer's music hits, and they zoom right to the back, the side, where the fighting had already started. They don't know who started the fight, but they were starting the fight out in the behind the scenes stuff. Page carries Lance to the center of the ring, or to the ring. He has a bloody forehead, and he carries him to the ring like that. Then I'm gonna call. He carries him to the ring, and basically Hangman Page wins. Sorry, I gotta run, guys. Hangman Page wins, and that was the end of that. I'll see you guys on Rampage.